After the release of MIRIA MATEMBE from jail, BOBI WINE didn't hesitate to fire salvos at Muhoozi Kainerugaba. We all know that one of the most wild dream, the dream with threats from Muhoozi Kainerugaba, is BOBI WINE, because he doesn't match his charisma, his popularity, his lovability. It's the reason as why Muhoozi can spend sleepless nights whenever he sees BOBI WINE. In a tweet, BOBI WINE came out to say, "Relieved to learn that Honorable MIRIA MATEMBE has been granted bail following her abduction last week. It remains a shame that Matembe, a 73-year-old grandmother with an unblemished record of public service, had to suffer this ordeal in the first place. Remember, Matembe was subjected to this ordeal because she bruised the fragile ego of Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the dictator's infertile son. When she criticized him, it really takes special cowardice for an army commander approaching 60 years of old age to flex a state power on a defenseless grandmother whose courage he can never match in 100 lifetimes. More shameful, the regime that practices sectarianism openly charged Matembe with promoting sectarianism. Imagine the very regime that breathes the practice of sectarianism claiming the moral authority to prosecute those who expose its sectarianism. We shall have to unite and find lasting solution for these bloodthirst tyrants." That's the tweet of BOBI WINE. I know this tweet was read by the powers that be, and it had some crude words, some crude weapons that I think bruised Muhoozi Kainerugaba. So the purpose of this video, I've come to discuss this tweet, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials you can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're into this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagri. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. One, there is one attribute for BOBI WINE, that he knows how to use social media even when he's away. It's the reason as to why we don't somehow, there is a void on the ground, but it's not too much because BOBI WINE knows how to link up politics even when he's 1,000 miles away. And we all know one of the biggest competitors of General Kaguta Museveni and Muhoozi Kainerugaba is BOBI WINE, because BOBI WINE is more younger, has charisma, he connects well with the people. In fact, during campaigns, I used to see billions being used to organize rallies of the NRM. What only BOBI WINE needed was fuel to go in a certain place with maybe a stage to speak on. People would come in NRM, they would ferry people. So they even see this, the intelligence briefs General Kaguta Museveni that the other person has real organic support. But when we discuss the tweet of BOBI WINE, is coming out to say that Muhoozi Kainerugaba, after bruising his fragile ego, he went on MIRIA MATEMBE. And for me, it was so very bad. You are the army commander, the first son. You want leadership. Part of the price you have to pay if you want leadership is criticism. Sometimes it is fake, sometimes it is real. In fact, on General Kaguta Museveni, he wouldn't arrest critics except to those who threaten power, like BSJ, BOBI WINE, who leaders. But he would come and speak and nothing would happen. On Muhoozi Kainerugaba, even those who speak on social media are arrested. They are beaten like a Kwenza, because he has ever come out to confirm on his Twitter and to say that to show that we stooped too low, that even women are being engaged. There is no day Matembe has ever been arrested, yet he has been a greatest critic of Museveni, but he's being arrested when he criticizes Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Okay, and they prefer the charges of sectarianism. BOBI WINE also came out to say that the regime practices sectarianism, but when you speak about it, you are the victim. The Auditor General's report has ever come out to say that all public offices occupied by people from the West, and almost 70%, they are not mine. It was the Auditor General's report. That is sectarianism. So for me, one of the weaknesses of Muhoozi doesn't want to take criticism. Sometimes criticism is right. In fact, if you're a leader, when criticism comes, first be in the shoes of that one criticizing. Sometimes they're speaking the truth. That even happens on my president, Bobi Wine. Sometimes people criticize him with facts. So it takes a leader either to change when that criticism comes out. Sometimes they are lies. But flexing state powers on women, different women, Sarah Birete, Miria Matembe, social media activists, etc. It is so bad. And it shows you that we're degenerating as a country. Time must come when leaders should take up criticism, sometimes wrong or right. But the issue of threatening people with jail, with trumped up charges, coupled with our criminal justice system, won't take us anywhere. But it's building hate in Ugandans. And the more hate it builds, time will come when that hate will have to blow out. Unfortunately, we may have a bad country, which I don't want to have. But this is how failed states start. This is how Sudan started. So those things must stop. Of course, as my PM is truly Mr. Makindi Kabi Suleiman Magal. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.